The overall objective of the BDGP programme is to increase the genetic merit of the Irish cattle beef herd and also to reduce the carbon emission or to create a greener cow. Ultimately, farmers will be provided with a tool that will allow them make more informed breeding decisions moving forward so they can selectively breed certain animals that are suitable for their particular type of farming practice.
We were always trying to produce the best beef here on the farm, but through the genomics program we can fast track our breeding decision, which means we have now scientific background. Before we had to wait for the animal's lifetime before we knew what it was doing with its life, whether it was good for breeding or good for beef or whatever. But through the genotyping now, we have an idea when the calf is only a few days old and we send in the genomics through the genomics we know what that animal will do in its life. And whether it's good for breeding, whether it produces good calves, whether it's good milk producer, whether it's docile, all these things I can predict now from a very young age of the calf.
The samples are received here into the laboratory for the beef data genomic programme. We then extract or punch the ear notch sample into a 96 well plate to allow us to do the analysis on the sample. The samples are then, we need to extract the genetic material or the DNA from the sample. The DNA will then be applied to a glass slide or a microarray, and these microarrays enable us to interrogate or investigate 55,000 data points or genetic markers per sample. So we will provide a genotype for those 55,000 markers, and the ICBF will use these genotypes to translate it into a genomic evaluation for each animal, and these genomic evaluations will be provided back to the farmer for his downstream management decisions.
It's a very positive thing. I think it's the best thing that's ever happened to Irish beef farming. And we're delighted to be in the project, and I think it will, in the future, it will benefit us in many ways.
We're currently using genotyping on microarrays currently. However, in a few years' time, that may change. So to describe it essentially, genotyping, we're looking at 55,000 data points. So you're only zoning in or interrogating certain areas of an animal's DNA makeup. Whereas sequencing or whole genome sequencing, you would be looking at the entire genetic makeup of an animal. So we're not quite at a point yet where it would be, the turnaround time would be quick enough to do that type of analysis. But into the future, you would possibly see programs similar to this using whole genome sequencing as opposed to genotyping using microarrays.